Welcome to day 16. Yesterday, we began shifting our focus from single emotions into the bigger picture of patterns. I invited you to notice whether certain feelings seem to belong to a larger story you've been living. Today, we begin with the first pattern, which is mood patterns. But before we explore this further, I want to give you something to support your journey. When you finish watching this video, take a moment to get your free resources. All you need to do is click on the link below. A mood pattern is the emotional climate you return to most often. It's a steady background feeling that colors your days, even when nothing specific is happening. Unlike a single burst of anger or sadness that rises and fades, a mood pattern is more like the emotional weather you have learned to live in. Sometimes it's calm and steady. Other times it carries a weight of tension that follows you from one moment to the next. Your mood patterns may have been forming for years. They are shaped by your history, your relationships, your health, and your nervous system. If your body learned to be on alert in early life, you may carry a constant thread of vigilance, even now. If you often felt unseen, you might recognize a quiet heaviness in your heart that comes and goes, but never really lifts. And if you are surrounded by warmth and encouragement, you may find your baseline mood is one of ease or optimism. The reason mood patterns matter is that they influence how you see everything. If your baseline mood is anxious, even good news might be filtered through questions like, what could go wrong? If your baseline mood is helpful or hopeful, challenges may feel like opportunities rather than threats. Your mood is like a lens on a camera. It colors the picture before you even take the shot. As you move through the day, pause once in a while and check in with yourself. Ask, what is my underlying mood right now? Not the sudden spikes of joy, irritation, or sadness, but the quieter tone underneath. Is it light or heavy, spacious or tight, restless or settled? You don't need to judge what you find. You also don't need to fix anything. The only goal today is to notice. Sometimes mood patterns are so familiar they feel like, this is just who I am. But as you become more aware, you may notice shifts at different times of the day or in response to certain environments or people. For example, you might wake feeling very peaceful, but find your mood grows tense after scrolling through the news. Or you might start the day in a low mood, but feel lighter after a conversation with a close friend. This kind of noticing is very valuable. Once you can identify your baseline mood, you can work with it directly. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is through toning. Every mood carries a frequency. By using sound with your voice, you can match the tone of the mood you're in and then guide it toward a calmer and more balanced state. Knowing your mood patterns is like tuning an instrument that's been sitting in the corner for a while. You start by listening closely, noticing the way the strings sound. It might be sharp, tense, or dull. It might even surprise you with how far it's drifted from the note you were expecting. Then, little by little, you turn the peg, making small adjustments until the sound begins to feel right in your body. The key is not to force yourself into a different mood, but to give your body and mind a gentle invitation to move toward balance. Over time, repeated toning can reshape your baseline mood so that you naturally return to a more centered state. To help you see your own patterns more clearly, click the link below and take a short assessment designed to give you a private snapshot of your mood, personality, and behavioral patterns. Take your time with this. It's not a test, and there are no right or wrong answers. Think of it like a mirror you're holding up, not to judge what you see, but to notice the shapes, colors, and textures of your inner world. When you complete the assessment, you may recognize patterns you already knew, or you may discover ones that have been quietly shaping your experience. Some people realize a mood they thought was occasional has actually had a steady presence. Others notice their mood patterns shift more than they even realized, depending on the circumstances. Both kinds of insight are useful because they help you understand your emotional landscape. So throughout the day, try jotting down quick notes when you notice your mood. It may be something simple as writing morning, calm, afternoon, anxious. You might also notice what was happening around you at that time. And over the days, these notes may reveal rhythms you didn't fully recognize. You may see that certain times of the day are more challenging, or that certain places tend to lift your mood. If you find yourself feeling discouraged as you notice less pleasant patterns, remember that it's not labeling yourself for finding faults. It's just awareness, and awareness allows change to happen naturally. You don't have to force a different mood. Often, seeing the pattern loosens its grip. If this speaks to you, I invite you to get my free book, Heal Your Emotions. You'll get step-by-step guidance, examples, and toning practices to help you release stored emotions. You'll also receive a longer self-assessment tool that can help you discover more about your patterns and a deeper insight into yourself. Just go to the link below to access all this material. Over the next few days, we'll look at how mood patterns connect with personality patterns and behavioral patterns. You'll begin to see how your baseline emotional climate shapes your interactions with the world, and how those interactions can reinforce your mood. And remember, you're not your mood. You are the awareness behind it. And that awareness is steady and unshakable, and it'll carry you into new patterns when you're ready. Tomorrow, we'll begin looking at personality patterns, the consistent ways you relate to yourself and to others. These patterns can be subtle, like leaning toward people-pleasing, or more obvious, like needing to stay in control. By seeing them with compassion, you'll understand how they've been quietly shaping your life. I'll see you tomorrow, and until then, make it a great day.